Okay, so I'm going to be showing you my Gungo rice and peas. Now, virtually it's kind of the same as the red peas. Of course, we use tin peas so we don't have to boil the peas ahead of time. So because it's a big, I'm cooking a big pot of rice and peas, so I'm going to be using 2 of this green Gungo peas. So empty both cans in there. I'm also going to use an entire can of coconut milk. Now the thing with Gungo is that it doesn't have, to me, the flavor of red peas. So normally when you're cooking it, I would use like maybe half of the coconut milk that I would use for this. But it gives a lot more flavor in to the peas. So I'm gonna use also, just gonna use a little water to wash this out. And I'm gonna, oh, still some more at the bottom. So depending on how much rice I'm gonna use, I kind of, I'm gonna use about 4 cans of this, of water after adding everything else. One more can, and then that's it. Okay, so we start our base here, and then I'll go ahead and add salt, garlic powder, black pepper, pimento seeds, thyme, scallion, small onion, 2 Scotch bonnet, half a teaspoon of sugar. I'll use a little bit of ketchup and a little bit of margarine. Alright, so I'm going to be adding my ingredients. First thing I do is try to add the salt. So I'm going to always add a little at a time because I don't want to over salt, right? I can see already that I'm going to probably have to add a little bit more hot water to this as soon as I put in all the seasoning. So what I normally do is that I normally taste it as I go. I take a little bit more salt, and then the other things I just eyeball, but like maybe a teaspoon garlic powder, teaspoon of black pepper. So my ingredients are going to be, going to add a little bit of ketchup first. Let me just, I'll show you. Not a lot. Maybe a tablespoon. And I'll go ahead and add some margarine as well. Sorry, let me just get a spoon. And I'm going to get 2 tablespoons of margarine. So the next ingredient I'm going to put in is half a teaspoon of sugar. I'm going to put in, these Scotch bonnets for last, my onions, my garlic, pimento seeds, thyme, and scallion. We're off the board with this. And then 2 Scotch bonnets. So I'm going to bring this to a boil. I'm going to taste it. I'm probably going to add a little bit more water to it because I think with the amount of rice I have to cook, I'll add a little bit. But this one's dead easy. And I mean, you could come home and within half an hour, you could be eating your rice, right? Because rice takes about 20-25 minutes. So throwing everything start to finish, this is an easy way to do rice and peas. And gungo is traditionally eaten at Christmas in Jamaica as opposed to red peas. So I'm gonna let that come up, and then I'll come back when I'm finished. I'm not gonna put the rice in until I'm ready to cook it, which will be maybe about 2 o'clock, because we usually eat dinner at 5. So by the time I cook it and reach up by Mike and Mary's, then I can go ahead and do that. All right, so come back in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to taste for seasoning. Could have just add a little bit more seasoning. I did add a little bit of hot water to it, so I'm just going to re-season with garlic powder, black pepper, and a little bit more salt. And then I'm going to shut it off, and when I'm just about half a teaspoon of that, I'm just going to go ahead and shut the fire off now, and then I'm going to come back later and just add the rice to it, and then let it simmer till I'm ready, till it's done, and then we're ready to leave. Okay, so that's it. Gungo peas, just waiting for the rice now. Okay, so the time has come for me to put the rice in. I've put it in, and my trick, standing the spoon up, and if the spoon stands straight up, we know we have the ratio to rice and water is good. So I'll let it boil up, come to a boil, then I'll put it on to steam, and then it'll finish up maybe in about half an hour. Okay, so we're checking on our rice and peas. As we're seeing, all the water is gone, it's dried out, the grains are cooked. I've given it a stir, so it's all done. Gungo rice and peas ready for our Christmas dinner.